So some Mafia The Old Country gameplay dropped on IGN. This is the new Mafia game. It's going back to Italy, taking place in the Old Country, the early 1900s. A lot of people are excited about this game. Very story-driven, cinematic, and IGN got a first look, so let's take a look at it. She might not know about tax write-offs, LOL. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's all tax write-offs, so what are you complaining about? Like, at worst case scenario, if she is spending that much, you're breaking even. So, I mean, you know, get your money up. Stop spending so much. All right, let's take a look at this Mafia.
Come in, Enzo.
I want to speak with you about my daughter.
Hey, hold up. Shout out to Beats by Gamer. He just donated $100 on the Cash App. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. And yes, Cammy banned him. My fault. I just seen it. My phone on the charger.
When Isabella became involved, however, it became our business. Now we must send a message to all around that Torrisi takes care of his family and his affairs. Will you do that, Enzo?
I will.
Good.
Why do old Italian men always sound like that? It's cultural. That's like asking why do all old black men have a fucking Bluetooth earpiece, nigga? It's cultural. Like, it's cultural. It is what it is. That's what makes people people.
Let's go.
Man, what a gameplay.
You're to meet with Tino's men. They're on a farm near Ludovici's villa, keeping an eye on Tino.
Quit calling my dad like that.
But first,
I feel like the gameplay is a little dark.
job done.
There we go. Let me get some light.
Careful what you say around my wife. Anyway, you ready?
I am.
Confidence is good, but don't let it become arrogance. Oh, Valerio! Enzo here needs to see you about the pest problem.
I'll be in my workshop. Send him down.
Luca!
No, it's not the accent. It's the crusty voice. Oh, maybe it's all the olive oil. I don't know.
This woman, she's lucky I lost.
Shit get trapped in their throat and mess it up or something. I don't know. Bro, what the fuck? All this damn walking.
Anymore, eh?
Something like that.
Well, if you're here for grown man's work, I have what you need. Take a look around. Choose what you like and then come and see me. Ah, a large bore pistol. That thing will tear through just about anything.
Got all the old country guns.
Ah, the hunting shotgun. Packs a real punch.
I predict at the end of this game, like, shit's gonna get really wild for the main character. And he like, fuck this shit. I'm going to America. That he just flees to America. And that's gonna lead into the other Mafia games. Like, you're gonna meet one of the fathers of the character from the other ones.
She'd help you out with your pest problem. You've chosen them.
I have.
Good. I suggest you go fetch a car. You never know. These pests you're after could start shooting back.
Looks good, but is it $70 to $80 good? Did you play Mafia games prior to Mafia 3? Yeah, I played Mafia 3 and I played Mafia 1. I played a little bit of Mafia 2 like at a friend's house, but I never beat that game. I had intended to beat it because I got the collection. That's how I played the remake of Mafia. I loved Mafia 1. It was really good, that remake. And I liked Mafia 3, but I know people say 2 is the best, but I liked 1 a lot. How long are these games? They're pretty short. It's 50. So is it $50 good is the question. Ain't nothing but driving. Shout out to TJ with the super chat. Just got through to Act 3 in Expedition 33. 1, what is this plot? 2, I ain't have this much deciphering. 3, game of the motherfucking year. The game must be really good if you don't understand what's going on and you still love it. I feel like the plot's pretty straightforward. At least you like the game, though.
Ludovici, he's here.
It's time.
We're ready. Just give the word.
The Don has entrusted this story to the Caruso, so listen well, boy. Ludovici knows the devil follows close behind. He thinks Spataro's security will protect him. You will prove him wrong. Bring the worm alive to the ruins of the old castello.
Just me? Alone?
Make a mess of this, and any misguided fate the Don has.
Understand the gameplay sells, but how do you sell the game that's more story-driven? You gotta show some interesting story beats without spoiling too much. Like, just enough, basically. More walking and yapping. I will say in Act 3 of Expedition 33, things come more full circle. Just stick with the game. Alright, thank you. We finally gonna see some goddamn gameplay. I'm not gonna lie, I might speed this shit because we got other trailers to watch. Do 1.2. This is Mafia The Old Country. So is it more stealth? It might be me nitpicking, but we gotta, the sound design could be better. You just slit somebody's throat. He said, ah! That's a little goofy.
I wouldn't let you in my house either.
What? You told me your pigs sleep in the back room.
Don't personally. My wife is very particular.
That's it. That shit sound like a mating call. All right, so stealth is definitely a big element. I wonder if the shadows play a role in you getting caught. He screamed like Luigi. Ah, my brother Mario is stuck in another painting. Oh my lord. Oh, not again. JG definitely gonna struggle with this game.
Vaffanculo, he's dead.
Yeah, this is definitely a story-driven game. Based off the this is Ubisoft AI. It doesn't seem too difficult with the AI, the stealth.
Are you serious?
This looks like a game you might have to put it on hard if you want a challenge.
He's no better than you or me.
Maybe not. Got a grenade!
What?
That explosion was a little lackluster. That man grabbed his forearm after getting blown up. Limbs should have fallen off. Yeah, they should have went flying. I saw people on Twitter saying they weren't impressed with the gameplay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If this is what it mainly is, I'm not gonna hold you. I can see why it's $50. I think what's gonna make or break this game is the story. It looks like an okay third-person shooter. It's gonna have to have a gas story, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if they can beat the story in Mafia 3. That was a good ass story, depending on who you tell. But like, this gameplay doesn't look like it's pushing any boundaries. Especially because it's taking place in the early 1900s. The tech was already limited. Right now, this is looking like a 7 out of 10 to me. to be honest, the gameplay for Mafia games were never to write home about. I mean, you said it, I didn't. I don't disagree, but when you do it with a black man, for some reason, it becomes repetitive and boring, as if this wasn't the last 3 games, I mean. I don't say I disagree with you. You know how the internet works. I do agree with the sound design. I do think the sound design could be more punchy, yeah. Yeah, not gonna lie, that kind of killed my excitement for the game a little bit. It's looking like I'll play this, but this is looking like I'll get to it. It's looking like a 6 or a 7. Yeah, like, the story's got to be fire. Where's the gabagoo? Where's the gabagoo? Please don't suck. Please don't suck. The environments look beautiful. Love the Italian landscape with these graphics. Look at the bias, bruh. Like, to me, this looks like the other Mafia games. What's the difference? Now it's white, so now they love it. So I just love the Italian landscape. But what about the gameplay? It doesn't look like anything mind-blowing, though. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. The gunplay has a lot of weight to it. The sparks flying off from the barrel and the way you have to sharpen your knife are great details. All right, bro, you're reaching. Oh, the gunplay has a lot of weight to it. The sparks flying off from the barrel, the way you have to sharpen your knife is... Oh, okay, bro. Oh boy, internet is interesting. Interesting. Yeah, holy dick sucking. It feels like you're really trying to... this feels like cap. We could all agree we had higher hopes. Okay, somebody's being honest. I'm not saying this is ass, but somebody's being honest. Like, it's a little disappointing. Footsteps sound like the cow was chewing in the grass. The footsteps are loud. Red flags in under 9 minutes. Can skip the ride. Animations are quite stiff. The gunplay is okay at best. Agree. Replayability comes to 0 after finishing the game. Maybe worth $20 on sale. Okay, we're seeing some honesty. We're seeing some honesty. It's 50-50 in there. The shoes are the real voice actors. This game looks like it was made in 2012. We're seeing some honesty. It's 50-50. Okay. It's a couple cocksuckers in the comments, but they're being honest for the most part. It's 50-50. This is a 2K game? I believe so. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This kind of brought down the excitement for me. Who would win, Lincoln Clay? Lincoln Clay would wash this dude. And I'm not saying it because he's black, just because Lincoln Clay was very like ferocious. The way Lincoln Clay, he moved with like an aggression. Like, this game is like very stiff. And plus, Lincoln Clay was a trained soldier, for those who forgot. He fought in Vietnam. That nigga was a monster. That nigga was fighting with fucking Jon Stewart and shit. Lincoln Clay would wash this nigga, bro. He was moving with a vengeance. We got more behind the scenes of Borderlands 2. I'm putting this shit on 1.2 as well, bro. Let's see. 1.25.
Kairos is effectively a prison planet ruled over by a dictator.
Who's ready for some loot?
He thrives on control and order, and when things are thrown into those mechanisms to create chaos, he only knows how to clamp down and sort of institute martial law.
Yeah, that man killed the whole clan at a rally single-handedly. What you talking about? Lincoln Clay was the Punisher, the Dominican Punisher.
The base of someone's neck, and can be used to monitor their activities and shut them down completely. Timekeeper is able to use it to see through people's eyes and monitor what's happening on Kairos at all times.
Enter our Vault Hunters. People are now hungrier than they've ever been.
Nah, I didn't finish Expedition 33. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna speed run it this week because I got other games I gotta play. They want to do the podcast. I haven't touched Rematch. I haven't touched Liza P yet. Last week kind of set me back because I took a last minute trip.
The oppression that they've been living under, the Vault Hunters end up enmeshed in
kind of a week behind now
on the planet, and
excuse me,
roads lead to the Timekeeper. We call them the Outbounders because they, kind of like our Vault Hunters, crash landed on Kairos and have not been able to leave because the planet is on lockdown. They are desperate to go back home. No,
I've seen people say they're excited for this random. I've seen the Borderlands fans say this looks good.
A guy named Rush, who is very...
I think the game looks good. It's just not like a super priority for me.
Helps them join the broader Crimson Resistance. That's when things really ramp up for the Outbounders.
Each zone is ruled over by a commander. In the Fade Fields, we have Idolater Saul. Idolater Saul once lived inside the city and really wants to be the Timekeeper's right-hand man. And when he is sent to the Fade Fields after Elpis arrives, he sees that as his opportunity to prove his worth.
I say the gameplay that they've shown is, it does interest me. I like the last Dev Diary they showed with the skill tree and the different like combos and stuff. But like this story, like Borderlands story, has just never captivated me. And they're describing it right now, and I find myself disassociating. I just don't care about these characters. I don't think Claptrap is funny. I think he's a fucking clinker.
The Timekeeper.
And for me, that's why it's like, this is a second tier game. Like, I'll play it if I have time, but it's not a day one.
The Augurs are a long-standing...
he said I played all three of them with Spotify in the background. That tells you the story is not interesting.
Descendants of the original mining teams sent there centuries ago by Timekeeper in order to get resources like Ordinite and other minerals and ores out of the mountain range.
So in the mountains, we have the faction leader Calder, and he is part of the Augurs. He wants to take the fight to the Timekeeper, and the other council members are scared and they live in fear. In Terminus Range, we have Vile Lictor is our commander.
Vile Lictor
is an augur. Since Elpis has arrived and brought iridium to the planet, Vile Lictor has begun experimenting and doing things under the nose of the Timekeeper.
Yeah, they're definitely talking to fans, because imagine being somebody who's never played this. Like, what did you just describe? Like, imagine being a normie. They've got Vile Lictor, the Timekeeper, with the trickety check of the ooze of the fucking Ninja Turtles. Like, what are you talking about, dude? I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
We have the Electi faction, and the leader is Levane, the gorgeous golden Levane. The Electi...
They got the bad bitch faction.
Previously lived in the city, an upper crust elite people that benefited from the Timekeeper. But when Elpis arrives, the Electi are left outside the city walls, and the city goes on lockdown, and they are not permitted back in the city. And so for the first time, they have to learn how the other side lives and how to survive outside.
So they're sheltered.
In Carcadia Burn, we have the Ripper Queen. When Elpis...
The Ripper Queen?
Her perspective changed. She's realized that there's more to life than what she's been presented. And she rips her bolt as a means to be free of the Timekeeper's influence. When you rip your bolt out, there is a high potential for death, and if not death, insanity. And so her army is largely made up of raving, mad humans with decreased brain capacity.
She was able to
convince
a number of her own soldiers to rip out their own bolts, and when they're not convinced, she does it for them.
The Timekeeper.
We also, of course, have the Timekeeper as our primary villain in Borderlands 4. And when we were approaching how to write the Timekeeper, we certainly looked back on all of our previous main villains and considered how we wanted to approach the
Okay, this is day one. This is lore for me.
He would stand out from
so you fucking with it.
Before.
We wanted to go back to this sense of dread about the villain of our game. The Timekeeper can reach out and control people with unshielded bolts, and that's a threat that is always hanging over the player's actions in the game. As we unravel things for him, though, we start to see the cracks. We wanted a villain who was a new type of character in the franchise, who is ever present and not overstaying his welcome.
We brought back so much from previous titles that fans wanted to see again and that we wanted to put in the game again.
Is this a playoff tiny team mechanics? I don't think so. I think it plays like regular Borderlands.
Planet. You can come to Borderlands 4 whether you've played the previous titles or not, and you can hop right in. It is a turning point in our
Oh, so it's just gonna have different factions, but you'll be able to follow the story.
Next back to our previous titles, but also at the end where it will point is worth playing.
Break free. There you go. There's some extra lore for those who want it. That's good that you won't need to play the other games to follow this one, so you can follow it if you've never played them. But yeah, this won't play like Tiny Tina. It'll play like the other ones, but they streamlined a lot of stuff. It seems like I'm still kind of about the game. It looks cool. Whatever. We'll see when the time comes if I'm interested in it. Other news. Oh, reviews for Tony Hawk 3 and 4 dropped. The remaster. 9s, 8s, 9s. It's sitting at an 83 overall on Metacritic. It's available on Game Pass. I watched a review this morning. I was unaware. So there's 3 new levels in this because 3 levels weren't able to come back, and they changed some of the licensing music on it because they had issues with the licensing. So it's not exactly the same as the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, but the review that I watched, it said it was really good. And I mean, these reviews say it's good. So I mean, if you're looking for that classic arcade, I mean, it's something to try out, and it's free on Game Pass, so can't complain about that. Will I be playing it? I don't know. I don't know if there's time for it, but it looks fun. It's an option. Shout out to Game Pass. I was actually gonna play Close to Diablo. True. They did 1+2 remaster better. Why you say that? Time to mod them back into the PC version. Does the PC version allow mods on Game Pass? Yeah, what the fuck? Why is Mecha Hitler trending? I'm not even gonna click that. What is going on this website, bro? Like, I'm not clicking that for the sake of the protection of my. I don't know what I'm gonna see if I click that shit. Other news. Call the Gundams. I was about to ask. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's what. And my trending topics are set to the United States. That's not local, so that's apparently that's what's trending in the United States. Mecha Hitler. Okay. Nintendo addresses concerns over Switch 2's price, keeping kids from getting it. The Nintendo Switch might be cheaper than the PS5 and the Xbox Series, but at $450, it's still pretty expensive. In the US, the original Switch launched at $300, making it this big jump and one that many can't necessarily afford, especially because thumbsticks are falling off, stick drift is overheating, crashing, freezing. The dock is overheating. They charging for how to use the UI. It's a lot of reasons. Elon is replying to stuff as Grok and thinks people can't tell. Nintendo recently held an investors call with one investor noting that how the Switch has a higher price point than the earlier consoles like the Famicom. This has caused them some concern that might reduce opportunities for young children to engage with the console, and then Nintendo addressed this directly in its response. In response, Nintendo's president had this to say: "We believe the pricing of the Switch 2 is appropriate for the gaming experience it offers, and what is most important is it provides entertaining experiences that demonstrates the value to the customer. To achieve this goal, we have incorporated various features into the Nintendo Switch 2. It is true the Switch 2 has a higher price point than our past gaming systems. We are creating various opportunities outside of our gaming systems for young children to engage with Nintendo characters in game worlds, with the ultimate goal being that we will eventually play on our gaming systems. We are closely monitoring to that degree the price of the system might become a barrier." I said if you don't like the price, don't buy it. That'll drop it. No streaming services work on the Switch 2. Why y'all trying to stream Netflix on the Switch 2 anyway? I don't feel it is more expensive, but I don't feel like the price of the Switch was the problem. The price was the games. People were complaining that the games were $80, and then it's $80 and you don't get the game on the cartridge for most of them. Not all, but most of them. I think that was the issue. But $450 is still cheaper than the PS5 and the Xbox Series. Also, how much is that in comparison? Because they're comparing it to the Switch launch at $300. What year did the Switch come out? Was it 2017? Let's see. Inflation calculator. I believe it was 2017. Yeah. So let's see. $300. And like, what does that equal in today's money? In 2017, because inflation has gone up. That would be, it's about the same. It's about the same. So $300, it shows you how much the value of a dollar has gone down. $300 in 2017 is about $400 if you add the taxes in 2024. Can we do 2025? So that's what I was thinking. It's not exact. Well, I would say it's like $50 more. I would say it's $50 more. It's slightly more expensive, but it's not a big jump. So I think the big issue is actually the price of games if you adjust for inflation. I think that's the real issue. They need to bring down the price of the games, especially because they don't do really sales on games like that for Nintendo. Like, how do you justify $80 for Cyberpunk 2077 when that game came out 5 years ago? That doesn't make any sense for me. That's the real issue, the price of the games. But if a lot of people didn't buy the Switch 2, the price of the Switch 2 would have came down, but y'all bought it, so it's never coming down, unfortunately. Go ahead and hit that. Easy as peak. Shut up, Ethos. I don't want to play that shit 30 frames. I always thought the system was kind of priced fair. Yeah, I would say it's priced fair for the most part. The power you're getting in it and then you adjust for inflation, I just showed the calculator, it is more expensive than the Switch, but it's only slightly more expensive. So I think that extra, because that's about $400, right? If we add that $50 more expensive than the previous model, I would say that's probably adjusted for inflation as well as the tariff. They probably priced it up a little bit because of the tariffs. It's not a crazy jump. The real issue is the price of the games. But yeah, also kids ain't buying this shit anyway. Their parents are. So other news, EA reportedly expects Battlefield 6 to bring in 100 million players, a number that even DICE devs don't think is feasible. And EA has lost their mind news from outside the vibes around Battlefield 6. Spurred by a creative direction that's essentially, let's do Battlefield 3 and 4 again. Folks are liking what they're seeing from their playtests that are leaking. From the inside, Battlefield 6 development could be going better. As detailed in a report published by today at Ars Technica, EA's grand multi-studio strategy for the future of Battlefield has proven more chaotic than harmonious. Battlefield 6 budget has reportedly ballooned past I repeat, $400 million. Which goes back to the conversation we had earlier about capitalism and about why the real issue with gaming is capitalism. Why the fuck does this game cost $400 million? By the way, guys, this game is not done. So I have a prediction. By the time it's done developing and releasing, we'll probably be at 4 or even 450 or maybe even $500 million if you add the extra cost for development plus advertising. Why does this game cost so much? If you are slow, PS4 niggas, that means in order to make their money back, if they release this game today to break even, they have to sell $400 million worth in Battlefield 6 to make $0. This is the problem with game development. Who the fuck said this was needed? I don't know. And the crazy part is the game might even be good. We don't even know if the game is good. Its campaign is far behind multiplayer. They're not done with the campaign. Major features are they're not done with all the features. So they're not even done planning the fucking game out. And it already costs $400. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The game is probably gonna be at least $500 million. This is crazy. And EA suits are setting sky-high expectations that its own developers don't see as even remotely realistic. Because unfortunately, the way these suits operate, they don't think from a standpoint of creativity. A consumer and a developer only want a creative, fun experience. Business suits say, this costs $400 million. Also, this shit is gonna be good. And we're gonna make at least 600. That's the only thing they see as numbers. We spent this much, so we're definitely gonna make this much. And ladies and gentlemen, that Flash movie proved otherwise. Cost $200 million, ain't nobody see that shit. Just because you spend more doesn't mean it's better. And that's why I disagree with that damn TikTok that was talking about ain't no fucking games to play. No, the games are too expensive. And because a lot of y'all are demanding these big grand games, but grand in scale does not mean it's better. In my opinion, the best albums in music are 10 to 12 songs long. Everything doesn't need to be big and grand. If it is, it needs to add something to the experience. So shout out to JFE with the $5 super chat. This game's gonna have microtransactions out the yin yang. Out the yin yang. So, EA's expectations for Battlefield 6 is 100 million. They're looking for 100 million, I repeat. That's the player count targeted by EA established for Battlefield 6 over a set period of time that includes post-launch content according to Ars Technica. And if this report is true, this game is not going to be a flop. It's going to be an Apex Predator flop. It's going to be a Floposaurus Rex. It's an ambitious, calling it ambitious to put it mildly, target for series that's always enjoyed a niche appeal compared to Call of Duty and whose mainstream importance has shrunk in the recent years. And when I say this is going to be a Floposaurus Rex, if that's really their goal, I'm not talking about the quality of the game. I'm not saying this game is going to be good or bad. I'm just saying they're asking to average 600 million players. Like the biggest multiplayer game to recently come out was probably Marvel Rivals in the last 6 months. That game had a crazy moment. 600,000 players on Steam at its peak. When Ubisoft came out with X Defiant, I think it had, what was it, like 10 million opening weekend at its peak. Within a month, that bitch was under 1 million. What the fuck are we, 100 million? Do y'all realize there are 300 million people in the United States right now? And when I say 300 million, I'm talking about adult, men and women, children, teenagers, babies. There are not necessarily this many people. What the fuck are we talking about? Obviously, Battlefield has never achieved those numbers before. Oh, well, surprise. An EA employee told them, it's important to understand that over about that same time period, 2042 has gotten 20. So the last Battlefield, they had 22 million players at peak. Even at the peak of the series, they had 30 million, which was Battlefield 1. Where are you going to pull that 78 million players out of your ass, bruh? What the fuck are y'all talking about? EA hopes a free-to-play battle royale oh my God, I gotta hit the... Nigga, it's 2025. This shit's probably coming out in 2026. We don't want to play battle royale. Fucking Splitgate 2 had battle royale. 2 weeks later, it lost 80% of its player base. Now, some of that had to do with the dumbass CEO wearing that Trumper hat, but that doesn't change the fact that EA also has a dumbass CEO, so it kind of correlates. Ars Technica's calling that a core offering on Battlefield 6, which will help bridge the audience gap. We heard rumbling of a battle royale mode through the playtest leaks, but this Call of Duty Warzone-like approach of giving away battle royale while charging for a traditional Battlefield experience is news. It's a nice thought, but entrenched developers aren't convinced EA has its head screwed on straight. According to the article's sources, including numerous developers by DICE itself, very few people believe the 100 million target is real. It's not. Among the things that we are predicting is that we won't have to cannibalize anyone else's sales. There's just an appetite out there for shooters of this kind that will just naturally be able to get the audience that we need. Because here's the thing, like, you're not Call of Duty. Battlefield's more niche. So if you offer a free-to-play option and a paid option, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is people will download that free-to-play version. They're gonna see if they like the gunplay mechanics. And if they don't, guess what's gonna happen? They're not gonna buy the paid. They already probably weren't gonna buy it in the first place, but they're not gonna buy the paid version. So this free-to-play version can end up hurting the paid version. But also, Battle Royale is just not a strong enough sticking point. It's not fucking 2016. Guys, it's next year will be 10 years when PUBG dropped in 2016. We don't fucking care. Can we get a new experience? We don't want to play these fucking extraction shooters. We don't want to play Battle Royale. You looked at Warzone and its dying numbers, Apex and its dying numbers, and said, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's add that. Instead of creating something new and innovative. So I hate to say this. I'm not going to say it is DOA. But I am going to say it's a high probability this game is DOA. I'm giving it about a 50% chance. It's a 50-50 on this. And I'm gonna change it to 60 or 70 if the gameplay ain't fire when they drop these gameplay trailers. They're gonna have to do something innovative with this Battle Royale, because if it's just a standard, like Battle Royale has already failed in Battlefield. It was like 2 Battlefields ago, they added a Ring of Fire mode. That shit was ass. I don't understand what this is, and this is why I said y'all need to learn the name Andrew Wilson. This dude's an idiot, bruh. An idiot with money. It's forcing the devs to compromise that too. Very good point, Blaze Light. The devs are telling you this shit is gonna fail. This is not what the people want. Yeah, we're gonna put it on a yellow flag. The people don't want this. We don't want to make this. We have all these cool ideas. We want to implement these innovative ideas in the Battlefield. They said, nah, put a battle royale in it. Oh my God, bruh. Oh my God. Shout out to the developers leaking this information. This is fucking funny, bruh. Don't think at this point that keeping putting out these flops to pump the suits and to stand with Madden, FIFA, and 2K. Just corporate shit. Battle royales are all the rage now. Like, no, they're not. Yeah, we're going to put this in the yellow. This reminds me of, and it's funny enough because it was EA. This reminds me of before the release of, what was it? Was it Dragon Age, I think, or was it the last Mass Effect? It was one of those two BioWare games that, like, before the game came out, articles kept coming out that this lead producer's leaving, this lead dev is leaving. It might have been both games. This is kind of on the same. This is kind of on the same wavelength. This is a yellow flag. The game, it was an Andromeda. It might have been Andromeda. You're telling the developers this game's a failure if it doesn't have 100 million players. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Jesus Christ. Shout out to JFE with the super chat. Corporations rather invest 500 million on something done over and over instead of 20 million on something new and fresh. And it's a shame because the formula's right there. This is EA we're talking about. The formula's right there. You got Splitgate, which cost them like 20 million to develop, and they're gonna make a bunch of money off of that shit. The formula's right there. Make a smaller scale, creative, fun game that gets the internet talking, and they still continue to do this dumb shit from fucking 2016. Floposaurus Rex, that's what I predict. No, I'm not interested in no ads. What you link? EA CEO Andrew Wilson earned 260 times more than the company's median worker last year. I think I covered this like last week. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I covered this. EA's CEO Andrew Wilson earned just over $30 million last year. That total includes a base salary of $1.3 million plus $25 million in stocks. $2.5 million via non-equity incentive plan and $600,000 in other compensation that largely includes personal security benefits. Yup. Look at that smile. These niggas keep buying this bad, man. Man, let's make another Madden. He love this shit, boy. This man made $30 million a year. So if you wonder why your Madden doesn't get any better, why your FIFA doesn't get any better, why your Battlefield doesn't get any better, why your Mass Effect, your Dragon Age doesn't get any better, it's the fucking sports community's fault. The sports community is a fucking plague on the gaming community. Yeah, I said it. The most casual group of fucking gamers. Them anime niggas too. Y'all in there too. They be buying all them damn arena fighters. We're gonna talk about y'all later with that damn My Hero bullshit. Because I know you niggas soiled your pants over that dumbass game too. But you people are a fucking nuisance to the gaming community with these microtransactions, man. I just can't stop buying them. I just can't buy. I seen somebody leave a comment on my 2K video this morning. That video is still getting comments. Man, he not wrong, bro. Last year I did better though. I only spent $2,000 on it. That was better? I only spent $2,000. I'm glad you spent it less, but God, what the fuck did you buy? God damn, how many do-rags you got in 2K, nigga? God damn. Just heathens, financial heathens. And these be the same niggas riding the bus and shit. You do realize it's a down payment on an old car. You get like a 2008 Toyota Camry or some shit like that. That'll get you from point A to B. The engine works, the brakes still work. Calling your mama to come to the fucking family reunion. Mama couldn't pick me up, bro. I can't get gas. This shit. Bro, get off the fucking 2K. Jesus Christ. They gotta start small. I guess. Kudos to him. He's trying, but that ain't enough, man. These people are a fucking nuisance, man. We could just put these niggas on an island where they don't affect us. Riding the bus with an $800 Gucci belt on their head. On their fucking head, bro. Oh my goodness. So that's the EA news. Oh, I think I saved this article twice. Yeah, the 400 million. That's the EA news. Gotcha games are crazy. Yeah, gotcha games, they're the problem too. The only reason I say sports gamers is because gotcha games are a more newer phenomenon, but we can lump them in with the sports gamers. Sports gamers are old money, old bastards. That's what they are. But gotcha gamers, anime game, which that'd be the anime gamers. Just demons, man. Fucking demons.